Oh, I don't want to get up. I think it'd be better if somebody else made my coffee for me. That way I could wake up to the smell of coffee instead of wake up and what? Wake up and make my coffee smell. It is 6:15. I wanted to leave by 6, so I'm 15 minutes behind schedule, but I'm still going to call that a win because that is pretty early to get out of camp. So not a single person came down here last night. Very tucked away. Here we go again. It doesn't like all the bushes. Too close, back up, ma'am. Okay, so this first hike today is gonna be the Horsetail and Ponytail Falls, and it's a pretty short hike, so we're gonna just do this one outbound. I do one or two longer ones, and then I think 2 shorter ones, if we can squeeze it all in today. So we're here. I looked up these trails, but I didn't look up any information on them. I didn't look at pictures, and I didn't look at anything else because I kind of wanted to just be surprised. And I will say I pulled up here and I was surprised because it's right on the road. But that's Horsetail Falls is right on the road. And so then we're going to walk up to Ponytail Falls up the road. But if you don't like hiking, or you don't want to hike, or you can't hike, it's worth stopping because Horsetail Falls, literally you're just walking across the street to get to it. So very easy. That's the parking lot, and the falls are right there. Love all the moss up there. I mean, the falls are cool too. Okay, so from there, I think our trail is over here. Let's go check it out. Yeah, that must be it. 0.4 miles. 0.8 to the viewpoint. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll do one of those depending on what we can see. A little bit rocky around here. Cool thistle. Bull thistle. I don't know if we've seen thistle yet recently. I don't think so, right? I think that's a new player to the game here. You see Horsetail Falls is right there. And this trail just climbs parking lot there. Trail climbs right on up. Okay. Ponytail Falls, 0.2. Halfway there. You can hear the train down there somewhere. So we did a bunch of switchbacks, and now we're on the straightaway, I think heading to the falls. What would be a day out here without trains, you know? You gotta see at least 5 of them while you're on the gorge. To me, it's kind of crazy because that does not look like a ton of water down there based on what you see from the bottom coming out Horsetail. It's pretty crazy. There were people coming up this trail when I was at the bottom at Horsetail, but I'm wondering, I think they turned back. I think it was too rugged. But so it's nice because there's nobody else here. But let's go under it. I feel like we gotta look from the underside since there's a trail right here. The belly of the beast. your perspective. Okay, waterfall count so far for today, dos. Pretty cool to be up this high and be looking out onto the mighty Columbia River. Like that, back to the start. Whoa, just whoa. Multnomah Falls. They got like a trolley, the parking lot's full, they got people directing traffic. I think that left side where those people are walking right there, I think that's the trail I'm taking. This is a big falls loop, and I think that there's a few falls on this loop. All trails pegged it at 4.5 miles, and that's what I was kind of counting on, but I just added up the mileage on the map posted here, and it is more like 6 miles. And then I did a little Google, and it is more like it's over 6 miles. So that is going to very much mess up my schedule. It is rated as hard on all trails, and it's because how steep it is right here. Steep going up, and then you kind of bubble around, and then you drop back down. So I don't know how the rest of my day will pan out, but we're going to get this one in, and then we'll see how we feel and how we do for time. Nice little creek just off the parking lot, and the parking lot also has bathrooms with running water. It's a little crazy around here. Latourell Falls. So that's the falls way up there. With any luck, we're starting here. We're going to go up to the top of the falls, keep going down, check out Fairy Falls, keep going, Cola Falls, Weisendanger Falls, Dutchman Falls, and then come back to end at the crazy and chaotic Multnomah Falls. So that's gonna be torture. That's gonna be torture. And that. All the little spots on the map that show switchbacks usually are not pleasant. I mean, it's better than going straight up the mountain, I guess, but it's usually indicative of fast elevation gain. So we'll see. Starting out paved here. Out this texture up there. It's like rock, but it almost looks soft because of that. Okay, I'm pretty sure we now hike to the very top up there. Good times. Let's hope the rest of the falls are also worth it. I think they will be. but surely we're getting there. Very quick but steady climb on up. Okay, here's the top that I was looking at from below. Viewpoint and trail. I guess we gotta go check out the viewpoint. Oh yeah, I gotta check out the viewpoint. Rare you get this much of an unobstructed view. A view of the switchbacks. I see people going down them right now. This is just spectacular. So far, the whole trail. It's nice and cool by the water too. Just hang out here. It's like never ending up. But I knew that coming into it, so thankfully there's so many places, there's amazing views that you're like ready to tap out, and then there's something amazing around every corner. Just like this. Ah. Oh no. Sorry guys, that one's gonna be tough to see. Sometimes I can get it to focus. That one will not focus because the way the sunlight is, it's hitting the lens where it's shattered and creating that rainbow. How about this one? Okay, started there, now we're here. Keep going, keep going. We haven't even done a mile yet. I shouldn't have checked, but in my defense, we've done over 1,000 feet of elevation gain in less than a mile, so it's a pretty good climb. I think we have half a mile or so to the top. Springs that way. Angel's Rest, Columbia River Highway. Nope. So we want to go this way, I believe. Yep. Okay, that last little stretch was Fairy Falls. Now we're there. Gonna be a while until we get to the next falls. I almost read that E. coli falls. Doesn't sound nice. That tree kind of just devoured the sign. So I'm usually pretty cautious in sections like this. Try and make noise and watch the ground too. So I watch for bear scat because you don't know what they might be after in here. I also watch the ground for snakes because it's so thick in here. The place, sometimes the only place they're gonna get sunlight if they're in that area is gonna be on the trail. Like bears, they don't want anything to do with you. As long as you make noise, vibrations, they'll get out of your way. It's so hot now that we're away from the water. Ugh. This rock is the infamous chia pet species of rock. That was a legit climb. There's the gorge down there. Now we've flattened out for at least a little bit. Fireweed is popping in here. I mean, yes, it makes sense. Considering, right? Can hear and see a big old river down there. So gotta be waterfalls. All that hard work getting to the top there, and now we're just throwing it all to the side and going back down. So I almost walked right by it. What happened was I've been so focused on these rocks because I don't want to misstep and twist an ankle. So I was looking down and, oh, look at these. These are so pretty. Just growing out of the cliffside there, huh? Survivors. Okay, here's another one. I think this one is West Danger. I don't know how to say it. All healthy switchbacks here. See it there? Comes down, switchback, switchback. There's a little panoramic here so you can see the scope of the beauty in here. Wow, that's pretty. Just that whole scene in there. It's perfection. I just have to say thank you to all the people that contributed to building this trail. It, I'm sure, was quite the feat here. I've done a lot of trail building over the years, and it's a lot of work. Look at that water, crystal clear. Right about there, it's probably 6 feet deep, and I can see the bottom clearly. It is getting busy in this trail. We went from like nobody, barely anybody, a person or two, to a lot of people. So I think we're getting close to the main event. Okay, 1 mile to the lodge, and then we have to walk from the lodge back to where we parked, which is a ways. But first we want to go to the viewpoint. So let's go check it out. It's very busy in here. Can't really hear much, but down below we will. So now we're gonna make our way to the bottom. Brought this back from Australia. What even flavor is Gold Crush? I feel like this is a worthy spot to try it at the summit. Interesting. Mmm. It's got caramel. Mmm. Should got more of those. All of a sudden, there's a lot of people on this trail. The bottom is going to be Disneyland. Mark my words there. Disneyland. Here comes the grand finale. And you're not going to be able to see it because the sun is over the top. So when I go into the clearing, my cracked lens blocks it out. I got nothing. All that, I couldn't even get a photo. Just the way the sun, where the sun is, it catches where the crack is and blows out my whole picture. Can't focus. I tried. Nope. So I'm gonna try down here, the lower section. Otherwise I get no photos of it. Here they come by the shuttle bus. Coffee, snack bar. So we're gonna try and go to Bridal Falls next.
Continue on historic Columbia River Highway for 3 miles.
It's just kind of total chaos and people on opposite sides of the road and people trying to go across the park. And my battery from my phone died, which means I took way too many photos and videos on that hike, like for reals. Because it was at like 90% when I started and it literally shut off, like went down to 0%. It's plugged in now. Hopefully I'll have some kind of charge by the time we get to Bridal Falls, assuming we find parking. We have 2 more hikes that we're trying to do today. It was a very lofty goal, but I think if I can do them both, I think I will have gone to like over a dozen waterfalls today. That last hike I just did had crazy number of waterfalls. So yeah, I'm bracing myself for the Disneyland atmosphere. I expect to see at Bridal Falls because that's a name I know, which means it's very popular. So maybe I'm making that up. Isn't Bridal Falls like a popular falls? I'm all confused because the parking lot still had spaces available. That's throwing me for a loop. At any rate, we're gonna do it. And let me find my little thing here. I think it's gonna be less than 3/4 of a mile round trip. So quick. The sounds of nature. Oh, stinky. Oh, gross. They're like pumping the septic out. Ugh. I'm trying to eat my sandwich. Way better than expected. Way better. That was a cool waterfall. Definitely worth the hike down here. Now for the trip back up. Okay, that was absolutely worth it. That was really cool. It was like a cascading, like multi-tiered waterfall. This one was quaint and less Disneyland-like, so to me it added to the atmosphere by having it be a little more quaint. I'm starting to run out of steam, rightfully so. You know, that's been like, it's a lot of, I put on a lot of miles today. But there is another waterfall I want to go to. There's one in between, so I need to look up and decide if I want to stop at the other one also that's in between here and there, or if I just want to go to this one, Latourell Falls. I cannot pronounce that. I'm sure somebody can. And then after that, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So let's just carry on down the road and hit the next falls. Now that whole lot is full. So I must have just had incredible timing because there was like nobody there. That's why I was like, I feel like this place is popular. Where's everybody? Not complaining. Shepherd's Dell. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Cool bridge, huh? The waterfalls are cool here, but the bridge might be cooler. Okay, I think along the same lines as some of the other things. I've just seen such spectacular waterfalls today that this one didn't make it on my tops list, but it was nice and it's very easy to get to. So if you want to have a trail where you could just walk 1/10 of a mile and get down to see waterfalls, that's not a bad one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will continue our waterfall tour. Here we go. More steps. Dang, this backdrop. So I think we got to figure out how to get down there. Okay, this is where we wanted. This one is so cool. It's the whole amphitheater here. You kind of gotta be here to appreciate it. It's like everything. Like the shapes on that. The green and the texture. That up there. The vibrant color. It's just cool. Video doesn't do it justice. This is cool. Just the textures there, the colors there, the colors up there, the drop, the span that drops, you know, and then the wind that it generates. It's cool. This one is worth the stop. came down that bank, and then I'm gonna go up this side of the river creek outlet, and I'm gonna hope it hits the same stairwell on the other side of the bridge to come up, I hope. That is a cool bridge. However, I don't know that there's a way. I guess over on that side there's steps. So, yeah, it looks like that trail keeps going. It's part of, it does like a big loop kind of thing. It's a few miles long, but the reviews on it weren't like spectacular. I've done a lot of miles today. I don't even know how many, but I've done a lot. So I think I'm gonna pass on that, and then just backtrack, go back to the falls, and then go on the other side of the river. Anyways, this might be wrapping up our waterfall tour today. But we got in what we could today. We saw a lot. It was a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Thanks for coming along as always. If you're able, you should get out and do these trails. And if you are not able, I appreciate you coming along on my adventures. And I will see you guys in the next one, wherever I may be. Gross. Oh my gosh. You really gotta scrub. That's so gross. Luckily, I am taking a shower today. Need one. I'm like a salty mess. But I did want to clean that up a little because it's gross.